Okay, so I'm going to do a full map and trim. This is TACT, the anatomically correct trim. You're going to see today why it's called the anatomically correct trim. Now, I always thought that that's what they base their trims on, but after 17 years of research, I found out that some of the things they think about the anatomy are not true. And so I was able to discover some things, correct some things, and develop a trim that is based on this, what you see right here. No, not on that, on this right here. Just a minute. Oh, this is the true foot of the horse. This is what is in his foot right there. Okay? This is the internal foot. It is composed of parts, but it's covered with skin. What you see here that grows the hoof capsule is called corium, but that's just a type of skin that grows your hoof capsule. Now, just like you have a foot, but you have parts in your foot, so also the horse. This is his whole foot, and it consists of one digit, one bone in there, and the rest of it is soft tissue, cartilage, and fat. And so I want you to see here an example. Okay, let's look at this here. Wait a second, let's back up here. Okay, here I have a hoof capsule, and you notice that it's missing the back part of it. Here, look here. Here, let me get backed up a little more. Okay, so the coffin bone ends right here in this foot. 2/3 of this foot is soft cartilage and fat, and 1/3 is bone. Here is a hoof capsule. Now this horse, after she passed away, they burned her, and then they gave me this foot. I want you to see here where the coffin bone is and how the rest of it is empty. That's because all of the rest of this foot is soft cartilage and fat. Now, the hoof capsule itself comes off like a shoe. And when it comes off, it is all in one unit, all merged together there. See, just like a shoe. And so all these parts have boundaries, and that's what the anatomically correct trim is about. TACT, it's about knowing the boundaries of the bars and the frog and the sole and the wall and the horn tubules that grow down like this from the coronary band. Everything has a specific location and place and a way that it is connected to the rest of the foot. Right there. Okay, so everything about this, I gotta find my ruler, hold on, is based on, the trim is solely based on the anatomy. Now, of the whole inner foot as a whole first, and on understanding the foot as a whole. Now, because 2/3 of the back of this foot is soft cartilage and fat, the whole back of the foot can be deformed and distorted. If the heels on the capsule are trimmed wrong, it reduces the size of the capsule, and it takes the back of the inner foot here, which should be like that, and it starts to compress it into the smaller capsule. That's what incorrect heel trimming does. And people do not even realize that this is going on. It is so gradual and so slow, and the way the foot is deformed, it is just like Chinese foot binding. And so the horse learns to adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt, and sometimes their feet hold together and sometimes they don't. It can cause navicular, laminitis, canker. I believe it also causes DSLD, though people will argue with me over that a lot. But when you understand mechanically how if you take the back of this foot that's supposed to be here and you pull it clear under here and you take away the foundation that the horse is supposed to land on, then you'd understand the effect that it would have on the pastern and the pastern joint and things like that. Okay, so this is one of the few feet that you'll find that was actually anatomically correct. Most feet have had the heels trimmed out and they are deformed or distorted in some way or another. Okay, well, we're not going to go totally into the anatomy. I just kind of wanted you to know what the TACT trim is based on. The anatomically correct trim is based on a correct understanding of the anatomy, the structure of the hoof capsule, and how everything works together, and how these two have to be in weight-bearing unity, and this capsule has to fit this foot a specific way in order for them to work together. See, otherwise, when things aren't right, what you have is a situation where the foot is pulling one way and the capsule is pulling the other, like this, on a constant basis. Okay, so, let's see. All right, so the first thing that we do is we find the true apex of the frog. Now, the true apex would be right here in the apex of the frog's corium, the part that grows the frog. But the true apex of the capsule, the frog that's grown, is just a little bit ahead of that. But the way that we find where this should be here is by, here's your capsule. When you come up here to the end of the capsule and right here, and you go straight down, right there, then you'd come over here and you'd find this is about where it is. Because these can become, the whole foot can be come forward, and your apex can be clear up here, and your toe very long. And so one of the reasons we want to find the true apex is so we can determine where the toe and the whole, actually the whole sole and everything should be. Okay, so the way that we do that, I'm not going to write on my nice hoof here and stuff, but I would come up here and I would go straight down. See, it would be somewhere right around there. So we're going to do that on Valor. Now, it's not easy to sight down. I come over to the side right here and I try to make a mark right here. And then I try to go straight down from there. Straight down from there. Oh, come on. That might be a little ahead. Let me look in the thing here. Anyway, I'm kind of in cramped quarters here. Okay, you moved your foot. Put it back over here. Put it down. Okay. I think that's pretty close. Anyway, that gives us a general idea. Now you're looking at this foot. Let's see here. See, I can't. See, I might be